Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Life of Claire. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope to the God, the only God that lives, that you hit subscribe and that you stay and that you join my family. Please. Returning subscriber, of course, thank you so much for coming back, clicking on my video, watching me for however long this video is going to be. I appreciate that. I know time is valuable. So let's get into this video. Alright guys, so today we're going to go ahead and do a tutorial based off a look that I saw on a YouTuber. I will link her information on the screen somewhere. But she did this really cool technique, and her name is, I'm forgetting her name right now. But all the credit goes to you because it was beautiful, it was stunning, it was intense, it was fierce, it was out of this world, and yet looked so easy. Like, you made it look so easy, so I'm hoping that I can recreate it. And I'm going to use things that normally I will take with me when I travel. It's kind of video 2 or part 2 of the first video I filmed. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below, and or it'll pop up on the screen somewhere like magic. But yeah, so my skin is already prepped with some moisturizer, but I do want to add, of course, some primers and color correctors to really prep the skin. So if I can find everything. So the two primers I'm going to go in with are the Milani Pore Prime Perfection Face Primer. That's pore minimizing and hydrating. And of course in combination with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. That is done. This is so good. I need to buy some more. So I'm going to rub that into the skin. It smells so minty. And wherever I have texture, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Usually it's on my T-zone, so my forehead, down my nose, a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a little bit on my cheeks right here, and then some on my chin. So for the next thing, we're going to go ahead and color correct. I'm going to use the Becca Backlight Filter Primer, something targeted corrector peach thing. Where's my finger? And we're gonna put that everywhere I have some sort of discoloration that I want to get rid of because I just don't like it. The first thing we're gonna go do, we have our face and our base prepped. I'm gonna go in with some cream contour. This is a Smashbox contour stick. And we're just going to contour my fat away. I'm going to go ahead and take this Real Techniques foundation brush, Expert Face Brush. And we're going to buff this into the skin. Next thing we're going to do are our brows. So Smashbox Brow Tech in medium dark, and with a corresponding eyebrow brush, I'm going to go ahead and do the brows. Whoa, I just messed up that really bad, but we can fix it. If you hear clicking or rattling noises in general, I'm filming while everyone is home. My husband is next to me playing his Xbox. And the radiators are turning on, and I'm by 5 windows on a busy street, so you may hear a lot of stuff. Just saying. This one looks like a hot mess, but I will clean it up with foundation. I don't have a spoolie to even try and, brush it out a little bit. Don't even have that right now. I'm gonna try and fix this with concealer. What the? Alright, so I'm going with concealer. I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer Corrector. Just taking a little bit of this on the back of my hand, as you see right there. Taking a concealer brush, and I'm gonna try and save these brows. A little bit better. It's an intense brow though. Alright, so today they're going to look more like distant cousins. Like twice removed. So I don't think there's any help in this one. They're definitely not going to look the same. Okay. These are how my brows are looking, and don't judge them. This one is a little thin and differently shaped than this one. This one's just intense. Like, why? For foundation, we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Alright, so I'm going to mix 205 and 209, which is the darker shade on the back of my hand. This looks a little better. There you go. Just going to dab this all over my face. I put way too much. We're going all in with a damp Real Technique sponge or beauty blender, whatever sponge you have. Just going to go ahead and start dabbing away. All up in that hairline. Be careful not to disrupt the brows. The good thing is, if you did take too much foundation, the sponge does soak up a lot of product, so you won't look too cakey. Alright, so in the viewfinder it looks a little too light, but it looks okay in person. It's just probably a little too cakey because I probably put in too much product, but that's okay. Just going in with the other side of the sponge, the part we didn't use, and kind of dabbing that all over to kind of soak up any extra product. Going back in with the Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Concealer. I'm in the shade Medium Tawny in this one, which I'm actually almost out of as well. I do need to go ahead and get some more. Just taking the Real Technique sponge with the side we put the foundation on, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the areas that are a little bit bigger, so like the top of my forehead, my chin. We're going to go ahead and take the other side and start pouncing out our concealer, making sure we get in the inner corner, and whatever is extra we're actually going to take on our lids and use that as a base. Just going to pounce out the edges with the other side of the sponge, making sure everything is blended. Alright, so that's how we're looking. We're going to go ahead and start setting the face. We're going to do all our like powders and stuff first, I think. That's what I'm thinking in my head. So for under the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and take the Milani Prep Set and Go powder and set the under eyes. I'm going to use the Tulip brush from Sonia Kashuk, and I'm going to set the under eyes. Of course, I'm going to blend out any creasing before I go in. We don't want to look creasy. Kind of roll, press and roll this powder in. We're going to take a little bit of this on our lids to set that concealer down too, all the way up to the brows. So this foundation set down pretty fast. I'm not going to set the rest of my face because it's not really tacky whatsoever. Like, none of the foundation lifted off my skin. It sets pretty fast, which is nice. I am gonna though take a little bit of that powder and set like my smile lines and stuff, like areas where I feel like the foundation is gonna sink into. So like a little bit on my smile lines. So I do not want it to crease in here. I am going to take a little bit, just the hair on my forehead. It is a translucent powder, so shouldn't really see anything on here. I'm just going to dust some away a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put my brow gel on just to coat take away all of the powder that may have like seeped in there. So I'm just combing up because I like the bushy eyed look, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to brush up. Then we're going to go into contour, bronzing, and blush and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and powder contour on top of where we cream contoured. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Anastasia Pro Contour palette. This is in the shade light medium. I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades right here. This is too cool. This is a little weird too, so I just mixed them both and I find that it's okay. Tapping off the extra. Go in and contour. Blend that out. As you can see, it creates a shadow, so it makes it look like you have hollow cheeks. So whatever's extra on the brush, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of dust over our chin. For bronzer, I'm not gonna go into this palette. I'm gonna go into the Marc Jacobs a 102 Tantric bronzer palette thing. This one right here. He did come out with a new one. It's a little bit cooler, more neutral tone, I should say. This is definitely a little bit more warm. So just so you guys are aware, but I love this one. It's like my perfect bronzer. Easily holy grail top. Like, need this with me always. If you guys haven't seen, I mentioned this actually travels with me. I did a what's in my travel bag video, so that will be linked down below or pop up somewhere on the screen if it's already available, and on my channel. If not, then just keep an eye out because it should be available soon. Alright, so bronzer is on, so we're going to go into blush. For blush, I'm going to go ahead and do Milani Luminoso, which is beautiful. I'm going to dust that on the cheeks. And then for highlight, I'm going to take a mix of Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is in the shade 10 Be My Light, and Precious Petals from Wet n Wild, which is beautiful. First going in with this one right here. Technically a crease brush to blow out the crease, but I use it for highlight. So I'm just going to take some on here. Pop that on. I'm going to add a little bit of this on the bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, and a little bit on my chin. And then going on top of that with Precious Petals, because it's a little bit more pink, a little bit more golden. This is a little bit more white, so you kind of want to blend that into the skin a little bit better. So I'm going right on top of that. And if highlighter is looking just like a little bit too light, like it is right now for some reason, I always just go over it with my blush brush and my powder brush, just kind of diffuse it out a little bit. So we will set it, and once we like spray the face and pounce a beauty blender on it, all the powders will just kind of melt into the skin, so you won't see any kind of like harsh lines like you're seeing right now where the highlighter is and where my blush starts. So just keep that in mind. Alright, Sonjdra Delux is who I was thinking. Had to look her up really fast. If you hear crunching, Emilio's eating next to me crackers, almost, and then Chewy's over here begging. So you're probably going to hear him whining, and I'm sorry about that. But we're going to go into this tutorial. I want to bust out some of my favorite palettes that have a lot of warm tone shades in it, and kind of try this technique that Sonjdra Delux that she does, and I'm just gonna try it out, and if it doesn't come out, then you know it doesn't come out. So from what I remember is that she would take a kind of like a neutral light shade and white out her whole entire lid. So that's what we're gonna do. Ignore this right here, that's actually a scab because I was plucking my eyebrows and you know, poked myself because apparently I can't do my eyebrows. So I think I'm gonna take Soft Peach from the Anastasia palette. Do I want to do Soft Peach? Which one is lighter? Soft Peach, because it's not too stark white. But basically I'm gonna white out my lid. And she made it seem so easy. It is crazy. So she just like packed on everything. Is that whitening it out? Is this not a good enough color? Do I need something lighter? That works. That works. And the brush I'm using is a brush from Wet n Wild. This is, I guess, like a flat eyeshadow brush. It's just literally like a eyeshadow brush, like a regular eyeshadow brush. I'll post a picture up of what I'm talking about, like her look. I don't know, I just thought it was so beautiful, and it was like, she made it seem so effortless. It was insane. And then what she... Then what she did was she took another brush. Oh my god, am I remembering this correctly? I hope I'm remembering this correctly. But I remember her saying like the drama's gonna be on the bottom lash line. So I don't want anything too crazy. Wait, did she do the crease? We're gonna leave our crease right now. I'm gonna go back to my original idea. So I'm gonna go in with Morocco, and we're gonna start dragging that on the lower lash line. And then she literally just like winged it out. She just winged it out. Yes, it's coming back to me. And then she kind of took from the top and kind of just brought it down like a wing. I am gonna make it my own just a little bit, but for now we'll just keep it like this. So I'm gonna go back in with that lid shade and repack that over. I got a little too happy here. I'm gonna blend where this kind of flares out. I really want that outer part to be the darkest. And then we're going to go in back with this and take a little bit of Morocco and blend out. So it's looking a little crazy, but it won't later. Yeah, and then I'll clean the edge up with concealer. So do the same thing to the other side. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I was inspired by her look. So this one came out horrible. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of Soft Peach and run it over the top part. And anywhere I might have gotten a little bit like out of hand. And for the lid, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of Bellini on my finger. There's a little bit of a sheen. I'm gonna pack that. A little bit of pink champagne, which is super reflective on the center. Or just over top. I guess I'll just put that over top. Kind of avoiding the inner corner, just on the like high points of my eyeball. Putting that. It's so reflective. It's just really hard to get off your finger. And then taking Bellini, I think just smack dab in the inner corner. So for mascara, I'm going to go ahead and take the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara and coat the lashes heavily. Because this isn't really an intense, like I mean it looks intense, but the lid's pretty bare. So I feel like adding lashes would just kind of take away from what's happening. Okay, we will fix the lower lash line. And everywhere else we have mascara on our face once everything dries. It's never happened before. Like a giant glob fell into my eyes and I thought, oh yeah, let me close my eyes. Because it burns. Something burns like you shut your eyes. That was obviously like horrible to do. So I just trapped the mascara in my eye. For lips, I'm going to go in with the Stila liquid lipstick, Stay All Day liquid lipstick in Tesoro, which is like an orangey type red. I wore these the other day just in the house and it was really, really pretty. Oh, is this not like, isn't pinky? I want something more orange, so I may just switch this out. So I wanted something more like orangey. This is kind of like more corally. I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Show Off Lip Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick, basically, in Orangeology. And I'll show you the difference. Yes, like this is more orange. Yeah. Yes, and I'll do some swatches so you guys can see exactly what I mean by more orange. So I don't know if the camera's picking it up. This is, that was a horrible swatch. It's because it holds the product in a little kind of divot that it has there, so it's kind of hard to do swatches. So that's Orangeology. Now compared to the sooo, that's it in the tube. You can see one's kind of more pinky, reddish, corally, and the other is definitely more orange. That is it swatched next to the sooo from Stila. So you can see that, you know, this one is definitely a lot more like corally, pinky red. There's some orange in there, like that's more on the pink side. And this one is definitely orange, which is what I wanted. So while that dries down, I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with some setting spray. And that'll basically be the end. Milani, make it last. Setting spray. Okay, no. Okay, the cap just flew off, but I have just a little bit left, so I'm going to go ahead and spritz the face. And I'm done with that setting spray. Going in with the beauty sponge we used earlier, we're going to just pounce all of the products and all the powders into the skin so that it makes it look more like skin. So you can already see a difference. You don't see that stark, harsh line from the highlighter that we used earlier. Alright guys, so this completes the Sonjdra Delux inspired tutorial. If you guys watch her, tag her in this, because this is genius. Like, beautiful. Definitely I put my own spin on it, my own stuff, you know, of course. But I love it. I love this so much. I wish I was going somewhere so I can like rock this out, you know. It's beautiful, of course. Orange lips, gorgeous. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in for some slow-mos so you can check out to the eye look a little bit closer. It was my first time trying this out. I didn't practice before, so if it looks a little bit weird, you've been warned. Okay? Alrighty. Zoom you in.